Hello and welcome to AK Photo Reviews. It's been a while since we did any uploads, but we are back. Thanks a lot for all the support you've been giving us. I really appreciate. So today I want us to talk about two cars that you should probably avoid at all costs because they are increasingly becoming a nightmare to so many owners. I've talked about them in the past, but I'm still going to give some caution because I have continued to receive a significant number of complaints from clients concerning these two cars, and the issue is primarily to do with their transmissions. So please stick around for that, and as always, if you find this content helpful, please do consider subscribing to the channel for more informative content on cars and bikes. Once again, welcome to IK Photo Reviews. So before we start, I want you to think about this. Why would some garages and mechanics specialize in dealing or repairing a specific gearbox, for example, a Nissan CVT or Honda DCT? They will even advise you to just buy the car, it's good. They do that simply because they've realized that there's an opportunity to make money. They know that those transmissions are not reliable, and after some time, issues will develop. So in essence, they've taken advantage of the opportunity and have decided to specialize in dealing with these transmissions. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because they're also helping out people who may have bought these vehicles without knowing that they had inherent issues to do with their transmissions. Now, the first car I'll be talking about is the Nissan March. Here we have this Nissan March that is being sold at around 240,000 shillings. Why is it this cheap? It's because it needs a gearbox. Now I know there are other Nissan models that have unreliable CVTs, but on the Nissan March it's pretty awful because you find that even after installing the CVT oil cooler, chances of that gearbox failing are still high. And by the way, this is not to say that all Nissan Marches suffer from this problem, but quite a significant number actually do. I've received complaints from many owners about this gearbox. Some have opted to repair, then later they replaced the gearbox, and eventually they just decided to sell the car at a throwaway price. So please, if you can, just avoid this car. Don't let the low purchase price deceive you. In fact, even the foreign used ones are quite affordable. Why? Simply because this car is not that reliable and sales have been going down, so the low demand has consequently led to the lower asking price. It really doesn't make sense buying a car at a lower price than using more money in repairing or replacing the gearbox. And it's also very frustrating. I've seen people who have bought this car and within less than 1 year they have had to replace this transmission. So please don't allow yourself to go down that path because it's very frustrating. Issues will start cropping up every now and then. Today it will go into limp mode, tomorrow it will refuse to go into reverse, then the day after tomorrow it will overheat. Then when you go to the specialist, it will be repaired. You will think that the problem has been solved. Then 1 month down the line, problems will start again. Then eventually you will be told to just replace it. You do the replacement with a foreign used CVT and the cycle repeats itself yet again. Avoid all that because you may even fall into depression. So avoid this car and buy something else. Maybe a Toyota Passo, Daihatsu Mira, or even the likes of the Suzuki Ignis, Alto, etc. The second car is the Honda Vezel Hybrid. This hybrid option comes with a dual clutch transmission. Please, if you can, just avoid it and buy the non-hybrid with a CVT gearbox. I did a video about this car some time back where I even showed you guys a Honda Vezel Hybrid that we were requested to sell at a throwaway price without a gearbox. In just under 1 year after importation, its gearbox had already failed. Even as at now, I have clients who are seriously being frustrated by this gearbox. Issues upon issues are cropping up, from very rough and jerky gear changes to going into limp mode and even complete failure. And repairing them is no joke, plus there's no guarantee that even after the repair it will perform well for long. To begin with, a DCT is a complex transmission. It consists of two sets of clutches. One operates the odd gears while the other operates the even gears. So some of the common issues with these transmissions are overheating, jerky gear changes, and even abnormal clicking noises when shifting from park to drive or from reverse to drive. In fact, I recently had this client who bought this car. It developed problems. He tried repairing it, but still the gearbox misbehaved. So he was torn apart between buying another DCT or just selling the car at a lower price. And by the way, replacing that DCT costs over 250,000 shillings. So it was a very tricky situation because selling the car with a bad DCT would mean selling it at almost a throwaway price. On the other hand, he wasn't willing to part with almost 300,000 to replace the DCT and keep the car because there's simply no guarantee that even after replacement, no problems will occur. And he didn't want to continue owning the car as it had already disappointed him. So you can just see how this car can frustrate people. And again, I'm not saying all Vezel hybrids have these DCT issues, but quite a significant number have them. And remember, even if you opt for replacement, it will most likely not be brand new. It will be a used gearbox. So there's simply no guarantee that there will be no future problems. So again, please, if you can just avoid this hybrid option, do it. Get the non-hybrid with a more reliable CVT gearbox. It's still quite efficient. Yes, not as efficient as the hybrid, but still good enough. And keep this in mind, those fuel savings of the hybrid may end up going down the drain in the unfortunate event that a DCT replacement is needed. Now, apart from the Vezel hybrid, there are other subcompact crossovers that you can consider, such as the Suzuki S-Cross, Peugeot 2008, Subaru XV, or even the Mazda CX-30. So I hope this has been helpful. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, if you have any inquiries, feel free to reach me via WhatsApp or email. That's it for today. Stay safe, ride and drive safe, and see you in the next one.